If you've awakened in the last few years and you found your career stalling or even feeling like it's going backwards, there's actually a very good reason for this. You were brought up in a world that taught you how to follow certain rules. Those rules taught you that your ego was the most important thing. This resulted in you hustling, proving your worth, overachieving, performing, essentially abandoning yourself to achieve success. We were all taught this. However, then you started to awaken. It's like your soul grabbed your attention, going, hey, that's not actually the way things really are. There is a better way. And you've acknowledged that you want more. So now here you are. You are so much more aware. You see things completely differently. But now you're in two worlds. You have these new awarenesses, new insights, but in your career, you're still doing things the old way, following those old rules. You are no longer willing to self-sacrifice. However, in your career, you still feel like you need to prove yourself and perform. You have a foot in both worlds. You try the old ways, the performing, the proving, the hustling, and they don't work anymore. That's because when you were fully over here, okay, before you awakened, you believed in that system. And so it worked. It was only your commitment and belief in that system that made it work. It wasn't the system itself. However, now you don't believe in it anymore. It's no longer in alignment for you. So it won't actually work for you anymore. You are that powerful. And that's why you're stalled. You are adding constant effort over here into something that you no longer believe in, and it will never work. This is where most awakened leaders stay and stall out in their careers. You aren't doing anything wrong. It's just nobody taught you that you need to keep going. You aren't done the process of awakening. You're only part way. So what to do now? Now is all about implementation and integration. You have awarenesses in your mind, right? But now you actually need to show up in your career differently. This is embodiment. You must live what you know to be true. Otherwise, all those new awarenesses are ungrounded thoughts just floating around in your head, keeping you awake at night. Okay, so what does this look like, this implementation? What happens when that happens? It's in how you speak, not just what you say, but your tone and your cadence, so that when you speak, people stop to listen, they lean forward. It's your presence. When you walk in a room, the energy of the room shifts. You command presence. This is where people feel your leadership before you even say a word. Essentially, this is where you take all that awakened state and you put it into action. See, once you do this, everything shifts around you. Now you've eliminated this gap of two worlds. Now you are fully over here. And this is where your career takes off. But the really cool part is it doesn't grow in a linear fashion. It now grows exponentially because you are in alignment. You magnetize in the most lucrative, high-level opportunities. And the big difference is they actually feel like success because you were you, fully embodied in your authenticity, alignment, and power. If you are ready to come fully into alignment and reclaim your power, I will put the link to apply for mentorship below. This is exactly the work I do with my one-on-one clients. This work is deep and it is transformative, and it will change your life forever.